Hello everyone and welcome to another Historic video. So today we're going to be taking a look at Death and Taxes deck in Historic. And there is a good reason why I wanted to try out Death and Taxes. And that's because we're here to answer all the combo decks that are going on at the moment in Historic Best of 1. And that includes Blue-White Scam plus the Discovery combo that's been going around. And the technology that we're going to use against these combo decks is actually going to be mana type. If you went first and you see that opponent just played out a bunch of ley lines, then you can keep a mana type in your opening hand and pass a turn. Or if you're playing against other discovered decks that are trying to combo with many dinosaurs, you can also counter that as well. But if you also pair it up with something like Thalia, they actually can't combo anymore, because the deck tries to Eldritch Evolution into upgrading the Geological Appraiser into a 6-mana dino, but with Thalia tax, they can't do that since they don't have enough mana to pay for the Eldritch Evolution tax. And on top of that, we also play 4 copies of Juggernaut Peddlers to get rid of their combo pieces as well. And we're actually playing 2 copies of Archon of Emeria that literally says each player can't cast more than 1 spell each turn. And Discover is a mechanic that requires you to cast more than 1 spell each turn. So this is a perfect card to actually ruin their plan. And we also play other tax cards such as Anointed Peacekeeper, Elite Spellbinders, and even Thalia, Heretic Cathar to slow them down. And on top of that, we're also playing 2 copies of Reprieve to protect us from things like board wipe or even slowing your opponent down from comboing on that turn. As for the new cards in this deck from the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, we do play 3 copies of the Kitesail Larcenist. After playing this card for a while, I did find that this is actually a better Rooted Cathar, and we're also playing 4 copies of the Cavern of Souls since most of our creatures are going to be humans anyways. So against a counter spell deck, we're gonna have a great time along with insane amount of tax cards. So having said that, we're going to be jumping into some Historic Best of 1 to show you guys how the deck does. So let's hop on over. I think we can keep this one, even though like Reprieve is going to get taxed by Thalia, but we're going first, getting a Thalia out. Hopefully we draw like a 3-mana spell, right? And even if we don't draw a 3-mana spell like Reprieve, we're gonna have Reprieve, right? Okay, emergency. We could Reprieve. Or I could just play out the Thalia now. I wish we had a mana type here in this situation. It would have been so perfect for them to like pass the turn like that. Right? Would have been so good. Yeah, that would have actually won the game, right? Nice. That's exactly what we wanted to see. So, Inquisitor Captain or Reprieve? I'll play the Inquisitor Captain here. Let's play out Anointed Peacekeeper. So, what don't I want to see? What don't I want to see from them? Maybe Arcane Flight? I don't know. Like, I don't know what you would call it. So we'll just attack with Reprieve up, and we should be good to go. Because they're getting taxed quite a bit, right? So I think we can just leave up a Reprieve and maybe be good to go. Wow, we actually guessed Arcane Flight there. Yoink. Now they are totally taxed now, like... Yeah. Unbelievably taxed. What was this, like... This was a 6-mana card? Okay, we have a mana tithe. We keep this. Jawari's Disruption. What's a deck that would play Jawari's Disruption? Let's actually play out Juggernaut because we do have some Reprieve and Mana Tithe in our hand. Oh. I see what's going on. Okay. What should I get rid of? Maybe it's actually Kaleem. Because having double Kaleem, like, accelerates that thing like crazy, right? Okay, let's attack first. I think this is a safe bet, since they can't play their Archmage Charm. We'll just pass. So currently we do have a situation, right? We do have a situation. They have a Kaleem down in the graveyard. They have a Kaleem in the graveyard. And that is not good. Ooh, Spellbinder. They got another Kaleem. Another Kaleem. Kind of insane. I'm actually going to take the Kaleem here. They're pretty taxed out right now. I'm just going to take the Juggernaut damage, I think. Actually, should I? I'm dealing so much damage. Right, I am dealing a lot of damage. This is 3-2. We'll just reprieve this. And we'll pass. And we won. Just like that. Nobody expects mana type. Opponent got officially taxed. Okay. Love to see it. Workable mana base. Reprieve up. Brushland. That probably means it's a creature deck, and I probably should have left off maybe a reprieve or something. It might be a mistake actually doing this. Okay. Oh. Oh, it's the Dino deck. Okay. I need to land badly. So I can preferably non-creature lands. Oh dear God. Help me. Help. Help, help. No, they played the land too. Oh, that's actually perfect. I'll draw land. Ooh. Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. And now we got the Archon down. That's all I wanted to do. So now they cannot play more than 2 spells at a time. So even if they have another Geological Appraiser, that does not do anything. Easy game. Let's attack first. I think we pass with Reprieve up. Like, we don't need to actually, like, do anything too crazy. Because they're pretty much taxed with Dahlia and Esper Sentinel at the moment. And then we Reprieve whatever they play. Right? And then they just die, right? Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to see out of this deck. Oh my, my, my. Look at all these tax cards. I kind of wish they'd actually play this on our turn, but... You know, what can you do? Oh, they have everything. Yeah, they had everything. Not only did they go first, but they also had a flying enchantment. If they didn't have a flying enchantment, we had a good chance, but... RIP. Okay. No one drops, but... we do have these. Oh... Reckless Charge and a Shrapnel Blast. Huh. Okay, well, let's see what they got. Lightning Strike. Okay, looks like we're blocking the Voldaren Epicure, obviously. Or not. This Fanatical Firebrand is extremely annoying. It is extremely annoying. Yup. Like, I don't know. How do you get rid of that fanatical firebrand? Are we actually gonna lose because of the fanatical firebrand? It's actually insane. Right? That thing is gonna kill us. Another Archon. Let's actually grab another Archon. Yeah, I don't think we can quite attack yet. I feel like it does kind of seem like they might have another Shrapnel Blast. Another Fanatical Firebrand. Very annoying indeed. Let's see what they got. Yeah, until these fanatical firebrands are gone, I don't know if I can even attack. Yeah. It's quite tricky. All thanks to the fanatical firebrand. Reckless charge. Yeah, one of them is gone. Do I go to 6? 7, 8, 4, 5, 6. I don't think I can. I don't think I can take this. Because if they top deck a Shrapnel Blast, I do just lose. Unfortunately, we're a bit flooding. All right. Juggernaut Peddler. That's actually not bad, right? So let's actually Juggernaut Peddler ourselves and get rid of a mana type so that we can play it next turn. And this will be our clock. The Dragon Rage Chandler was actually incredible. Okay, let's see what we get with the Inquisitor Captain. Oh. Boink. Now we can start attacking. Okay, they finally got Lightning Strike. Okay. What does this say? Exile the top card of your library until the end of the turn. You may play that card. So it says until the end of the turn. So this is 1 for 1. Okay, let's start attacking. Nice. How should I attack here? Let's actually just attack with these. Because I feel like if I attacked with everything, they might have blocked the Juggernaut Peddler. And since this one has wow, we are kind of flooding right now. This is actually not good. We drew 20 cards where 8 of them were lands. Yikes. We might actually lose this one. Unbelievable. Woo! Crazy. Okay, as long as there's no creature, we win the game here. Nice. What a game. So, the only reason why that was incredibly difficult was, unironically, the Fanatical Firebrand was keeping our deck in check, which was, oh my god. It's a bit slow, right? But as long as it's like... Oh, what is this? Guild gates? Oh no. Not good. No? It's not? So I don't want to obviously dire tactics that, but... in order for the Archon to deal more damage, I actually had to. There it is, spelunking. So it's a Caves plus Guild Gates deck, which is a bit interesting than the normal deck that you see. But I mean, if they're doing this, like if they're... This is not gates, so if they're doing that, then... I guess it's okay for me, right? Beseech the Mirror. They got something. We are really incredibly good at flooding. That's for sure. What did they grab? Scape Shift? They're just going to gain a bunch of life with Spelunking. Because, I mean, even if they do Scape Shift, they can't do anything because of Archon. This is the final spell they casted. Yeah, I mean, a bit of a weird game. Bit of a weird game here. I don't exactly know what caves do. Sacrifice this to discover 4. I believe discover you still have to cast. Yeah, that's not gonna work. You can't cast it because of Archon. Yeah, opponent learned what Archon does now. Okay, so we built a deck to beat some of the combo decks, and that's exactly what happened. We also beat a control deck, which is about as I expected. We have Thalia, we have Juggernaut Peddlers, we have Mana Tithe and Reprieve. Like, control deck is not going to be able to beat that. But besides that, the Discover deck is really easy to beat with this deck. If you get the Archon down, it's immediately GG. Just make sure you don't actually attack with the Archon, because they can have things like the Horned Lock Whale, which requires you to actually attack with the creature that you have. And, you know, even without this card, you have Anointed Peacekeeper to tax, Elite Spellbinder to tax. If all goes wrong, and a single Thalia actually does it as well, because they do have the Eldritch Evolution, so they have to have enough mana to actually combo. Every time they discover, the Thalia is going to tax, right? And, you know, you don't get any of these cards for some reason. You also have Dire Tactics. You wait for them to play out their Geological Appraiser and then just Dire Tactics, and it'll just fizzle their combo. So if you're struggling against a Discover combo deck, or even against a control deck, this deck will be very good against their deck, especially with the Cavern of Souls against a control deck. But Blue-White Scam is still a little bit iffy, right? Unless you went first, and then you see a bunch of ley lines coming down, and you have Mana Tithe in your opening hand, then you're most likely going to win, because they're not going to expect the Mana Tithe. But let's say they don't mulligan as much, and they have a ley line down, and they have Fragment Reality as well, and they get this card down onto the battlefield. But because we're a creature deck, right? We're gonna have some creatures on the battlefield. So unless they have exactly a Flying Aura on top of it, then it's not gonna be that bad. So I was actually thinking, instead of Kitesail Larcenist, we actually play a Skyclave Apparition in this slot. But so far, the Kitesail Larcenist has been pretty nice. To play a Skyclave Apparition, you can just get rid of the Unclaimed Territory and then play Skyclave Apparition here, and then add in more orzhov mana base. So that's also an option as well. But from what I can tell, like, even though we're playing Cavern of Souls and Unclaimed Territory, like, just to cast the Kitesail or Larcenist in this deck. But what I really like about this card is that this thing flies, right? Has better stats to block. It's actually very, very easy to play this in this deck with Cavern of Souls, Mana Confluence, and Unclaimed Territory. But I mean, it might be wrong. It might be just okay to play. It might just be correct to play Skyclave Apparition in the slot. I am actually going to swap it out for Skyclave Apparition, like so. But if you ever want to play Larcenist, you can totally do that. So this is what I'm gonna be posting in the deck list. But I just wanted to try out the new card, and you can totally play the Larcenist in this deck if you just play Mana Confluence and 4 copies of Tribal Land. But with that said, that is going to be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video so far. If you did, as always, leave a like, comment below, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.